Yeah, first time here? Awesome. Awesome. Hey, guys, if you have not done so, head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. It's free. Plus, it helps us out tremendously. We are approaching a major milestone coming up. If you don't know what that milestone is, you're going to have to click on the link to find out. But go ahead, head over there and subscribe. I got a question for you. How'd you sleep last night? Listen, if you guys aren't sleeping, you are not winning, and you know this. And you're probably grouchy today. Well, that's why I'm bringing in my buddy Jordan from the Southern Park Mall. How'd you sleep last night, Jordan?
I slept pretty good. School just started up for my daughter, so it's early to bed, early to rise kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. So, if you have to wake up early, and especially, school just started, right? So everybody's a little bit grouchy, a little bit groggy in the morning. Today, we are talking about some things that can help out that morning routine. Talking about that today on The Hemp Show. Oh man, I am excited about today. Not only are we talking about how we can improve morning routines, we got a special guest here in Osprey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do. Yep, he personally helped me out, and I figured there's going to be other people out that have the same situation that I've had. I take CBD, right? I run a hemp company, so of course I take CBD. Now, we take full spectrum CBD, so that means there's trace amounts of THC.
Let me guess. Insurance issues?
Right? All right, yeah. So they sent off my I have to take a urine test. They send it off, and guess what? I have THC in my system. That could be a problem for some people.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got to stay tuned. That's why we have Joe in the studio today. We'll be talking about how to get life insurance and other types of life insurance that you can look at, even if you take CBD. But before that, not shaking that up.
Yeah, don't shake that up.
You tricked me. I saw what you did there. So what we got, Jordan? We're talking energy today.
Yeah, morning remedies. Let me tell you, I'm feeling it. I ate a THCV gummy earlier today. Obviously, you can tell I can't stop moving. I'm ready to go. I've been cleaning. I've been doing all my social work and just having a good time. THCV, aka Delta 10, can give us a slight sativa effect. So we're looking at stamina, focus, concentration, energy. That's what we need to get through the morning. Let me tell you, waking up, getting the daughter ready for school, dropping her off, leaving school, coming here, getting ready to work. It's like, it's a lot to do. I need a little help. So what do? Eat one of these gummies, have some quick kush in hand, and I'm ready to get the day started.
Life is good, man. Life is good. I'm sure you've probably heard this before. Man, I wish you could bottle up all that energy and sell it. That's what we did. That's what we did, and we put in a gummy. Plus, they taste good. Yeah, you're talking THCV gummies, right? Not too many people really know about these.
No, not really. And, we do get people coming in asking for it, but not very, knowledge-based on the product. So we went ahead and did that for you. Go to healthyhemp.com. There's info on these over there. Or we have a video on it somewhere on YouTube. Go search that up real quick.
Just Google us.
Another favorite, though, is obviously going to be these guys here, the vitamin C, CBG, and CBD gummies. Awesome for the morning. Also really good if you're feeling a little under the weather. That vitamin C can really boost that immune system, making us feel a little bit better. I've even seen these work in like a day or two after solid use. You're going to start feeling a little bit better with these guys. And not only that, the vitamin C, the CBD, we're getting a boost.
You know, with the vitamin C, everybody needs to boost that immune system, right? With all these viruses going around, I'm telling you, eat some of these. I think you're going to be okay. I know if I'm coming down with something, if I feel a little bit of a cold coming on, that's the first thing I go to. I grab
CBG, antibacterial. I mean, kill the viruses from the inside out before they even get to you.
Now, here's something really cool that we do at Try Healthy. You can swing in the shops. You can buy the whole containers. Okay, now look, I do understand CBD can get a little bit pricey. We understand that. So what we've done, bam, we've broken it down into sample packs. You can spend a few dollars, find out if you like it. If it works for you, then invest a little bit more. Come into any one of the Try Healthy locations. We got 5 of them, Jordan. 5. Where are you at right now?
I'm at the Southern Park Mall in Boardman. We also have the one over at the Eastwood Mall in Niles, Ohio. Where are you at today, Paul? Let me guess.
I am at the Try Healthy Studios in Osprey, Florida. I used to be at the Northport Studios and also at the Venice Studios. But today I'm here in Osprey. Now, let's go ahead. Let's see what the professionals have to say about the morning remedies.
Roll it.
Getting a good night's sleep is a really important step in staying healthy, but sometimes even with enough sleep, you can wake up feeling tired and fatigued. The first 20 minutes of your day are the most important because your brain is still operating in an unconscious mind zone. So the trick is to start your days off positive, with focus and determination. A few great products to help with that are some CBG and CBD gummies by Creating Better Days. With 5 milligrams of CBD as well as CBG, these will keep you focused and keep away any unwanted aches or pains. They also include vitamin C and zinc for immune support. For a more potent option, we carry Creating Better Days THCV gummies. THCV has proven to boost energy and focus, as well as provide a relaxing, euphoric feeling. And finally, we have Lazarus Naturals Energy Blend Capsules, with 25 milligrams of THC-free hemp extract and ingredients like cordyceps mushroom and caffeine from green coffee, to make these the perfect alternative to energy drinks or morning coffee. For any more questions, you can stop in any of our 5 wonderful locations, and remember to stay healthy with Try Healthy.
Stay healthy at Try Healthy. You can come into any one of our locations, guys. 2 in Ohio, 5 or 3 in Florida. We're opening another one here soon. We just haven't told you where yet. Guys, if you come in, we're going to make you feel better. We're going to make you look good, feel good, and save money all at the same time. Come into any one of our locations, spend $100. We're going to appreciate that by hooking you up with this month's shirt of the month.
This month, Try Healthy is taking things back a bit with our Shirt of the Month design. We came up with a very retro logo for this limited time t-shirt. How can I get this shirt, you're probably asking? Well, you can purchase it on its own for $19.99, or for an even better deal, make a purchase of at least $100 and get the shirt for free. Which means you get to stock up on some goodies and get this cool shirt for free. We have great bundles called Tri-Packs where you can purchase 3 eligible items and get 20% off. So not only will you be getting a free shirt, you'll even save some extra cash. You won't want to miss out on this opportunity, so hurry to your nearest Try Healthy store and get yours before it's gone.
The retro shirt. Big fan of the retro shirt, guys. Head over to any one of our websites, Try Healthy Hemp or Try-Healthy, and search Retro Lines to check out the new Retro Line shirt. Now, before we bring on Joe to discuss a little bit of insurance, I want to make sure that you're going to be prepared for the weather. This is why we got Stacy with the weather.
Good afternoon, Paul. How's everybody doing today? I'm out here in front of our store in Osprey, Florida. That is 834 South Tamiami Trail. For your weather today in Venice, Northport, and Osprey, Florida, a high of 89 and a low of 76. It feels like 94, so we're not hitting that 100 mark today, but it still is a little bit cooler. Feels really good. We do have a chance of not only one thunderstorm, but two. And sunset is at 7:43. So have that umbrella handy if you want to. They come and they go. They don't stay very long. If you are in Niles or Youngstown, Ohio, a high of 76 and a low of 58. Feels like 66 there today, so you're probably going to need some kind of jacket. Clouds, more clouds, and a very, very small chance of rain. So you might also want to have the umbrella handy. Sunset is at 7:45. If you are in Niles, Ohio, you can see Chris at the Eastwood Mall today. If you are in Youngstown, Ohio, you can see Jordan at the Southern Park Mall. If you are in Venice, Florida, that's 248 Tampa Avenue West inside the KMI building, also known as the San Marco building. You have Rob and Heather to help you there today. And if you are in Northport, Florida, 14503 Tamiami Trail, next to the Strawberry Moon, not far from the Blue Tequila, you have Bailey and Gary to help you there today. And if you're in Osprey, Florida, Nokomis, or Sarasota, come see me and Paul, 834 South Tamiami Trail. Everybody have a great day, and back to you, Paul.
Stacy, I appreciate you bringing us the weather today. Guys, you heard what she had to say. Now, as you can see, I got Joe. Joe, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Joe Santoro. Thank you to Paul and Stacy for giving me the opportunity to be here. I have a small business, Santoro Financial Solutions, and I help people with life insurance, retirement planning, helping them with rollovers and previous 401k rollovers. But primarily, I help people with understanding life insurance and how it plays a key role in your family, in your financial house.
Okay. No, I reached out to you for I had a personal question.
You did.
Obviously, I'm in the CBD business.
Mm-hmm.
In the CBD business, I have, I use full spectrum products.
Right.
Some of our products contain trace amounts of THC.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you send off my blood work, it comes back as THC positive.
Mm-hmm.
I had some problems with insurance companies. They didn't like that, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain kind of what you did for me and just kind of how different health ratings are assessed?
Sure. Every insurance company has different guidelines when it comes to THC, and it really comes down to the usage. You can be anywhere from a preferred non-smoker to a standard smoker to a decline. Again, it depends on the usage, and the THC. But I certainly have a pretty good list of carriers that we can, as you know, we can get you into the right policy for you.
So for example, insurance companies they kind of work like everyday retailers, meaning like say you have a Walmart, you have a Target, you got a Penny's, you have a Sam's Club, right? Well, if you need to buy in bulk, you're not going to go to Penny's.
Right.
You're going to go to Sam's Club. So kind of the insurance companies are kind of the same way?
Correct. Some insurance companies are a little more lenient, when it comes to the, THC. Some of them, are not. So they do have some different guidelines, underwriting guidelines. But again, I know the carriers on which ones
more favorable.
We're going to go to.
Okay.
Again, you can get as high as a preferred non-smoker rating. Depends on the usage, and that price can, from a non-smoker rate to a standard smoker rate, can be a considerable jump. It can literally, I brought some quotes. You can go from a 10-year term for $250,000 at $300 a year, and for a non-smoker rate, and the smoker rate is well over $1,000 a year.
Wow.
So
it's not just
it's a big
1
jump.
year of expenses. It's
a big
10-year, 20-year, 30-year policy. So
Right.
over the time, that's a significant amount.
Right. So that's where it's key to call someone like myself, so we can review, what the best company would be, for your situation.
Now, say if I smoke cigars, but not cigarettes.
Again, it's all part of the guidelines. Every carrier is different with their guidelines. Same thing with tobacco chew. Depends on your usage. If you're an occasional cigar smoker, at weddings or whatever have you, and with the guys once a month or whatever, whatever have you, they'll look at that differently as opposed to somebody smoking a cigar, once a day or twice a day.
I'll assume that's the same thing with alcohol. Different insurance companies have different ratings to where,
yes,
a 12-pack a month is acceptable versus just a 1
12.
glass of wine.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So again, it's really about, you can almost say you're almost like a professional personal shopper.
I am. I field
life
underwrite.
insurance.
Correct. And there's a lot of dynamics that go into getting the right rating. Family history plays a key role, as well. So again, there's some carriers are a little more lenient with family history in reference to heart attacks, cancer, anything of that nature. So there's a lot of guidelines. That's where it's a good idea to speak to a professional like myself, and we can certainly assist you. And being independent, I'm appointed with many carriers, to zone in and getting you the right policy for you.
Now, I'm sure that goes with like high blood pressure or any of those backgrounds.
Right.
Again,
Height, weight.
kind of like if we go back to like the retailers, right? If
Right.
if you're looking at buying in bulk, you go to Sam's Club. If you have a history of high blood pressure, you go to XYZ insurance company, and that's something that for me, just kind of starting to talk about all this, I'm getting anxious and just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that's out there.
Yeah, like for instance, with a customer with diabetes, there's one carrier that I know that they can get approved under the normal underwriting process.
So even if you
in most cases there'll be an outright decline.
So even if you've been declined before, don't be afraid to reach out.
Yes, because there are carriers that I can fit you into. Absolutely.
Just because Sam's Club doesn't want your business,
Somebody else will.
Kmart. Yeah, there's other retailers out there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So family history, of course, daily activities.
Right.
What are some of the other things that affect your health rating, your rating?
Definitely height, weight, obviously your age, so the younger you are, the less expensive it will be. And activities, staying active, plays a key role, as well. And really that's it.
How about checkups? Is it good? Kind of like your car. It's
it's good that the
doctor.
carriers know that you visit your doctor once a year, once every 2 years for sure.
Okay. So now we've been talking about getting approved for insurance. What are some of the types of insurance that are out there?
Well, there's the term versus permanent, and the permanent sleeve would be, the traditional whole life plan, which I call the Cadillac of the policies. That gives you the guaranteed cash value. Some carriers pay a dividend on their plans, which are not guaranteed, but they can certainly pay a dividend. And term insurance is like renting a house, renting a condo. You have it for a specified term. Whether it's 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, you're paying that set price for that set term.
Okay.
The advantages to those terms also with most carriers is you can convert to a permanent plan. So you can, get out of your lease and buy the house with no medical questions.
As far as what are some other reasons why you would carry a term policy?
You would carry a term policy because it will be the most affordable because it's pure insurance. There's no cash component, to it, and it's for a specified term because you need to cover a mortgage, replacement income. You want to leave a legacy to your kids or to anyone for that matter. Final expenses, paying off other debt. Buy-sell agreements with small businesses, that there's a lot where you would need a lot of coverage.
Okay.
And that's where a term would be the most economical initially.
That makes sense. So you need it for a term.
X amount of years.
A term of your life. Like,
right.
You've only got kids, from 0 till 18 or 24-ish based on tax.
They always come back.
they always come back.
Right.
But, that would be a great reason for the term insurance because
Correct.
That's a major portion of your life just for a term of your life, or like you said, the mortgage.
Right. And when you think you don't need life insurance is when you should be getting it. That's when the underwriting process, if you're healthy and if you're in great health, getting approved, you're not going to have any complications. It's when and the reason why you take out term insurance when you think you don't need it is what you're doing is you're guaranteeing your insurability for later in life because you can convert that term with no medical questions later. For instance, if I get approved preferred non-smoker and for a term, and in 5 years now I'm diabetic or I have high blood pressure and I have other things going on that would hinder me from getting approved for life insurance, I can actually convert my term to a whole life or universal life with no medical questions and receive that same underwriting class that I received 5 years ago when I was healthy.
Oh, so
there's a reason to get
to
term.
Have that. So
absolutely.
Going back to that analogy, you mentioned that the whole life or the permanent life is kind of like the Cadillac, right? Term life is more like the Toyota.
Term life is like the Honda, Toyota, I would say.
But, still, and even
it's reliable.
For affordability reasons, you don't need to buy a new Honda, right? You can get a 5-year. You can change the terms. You can change riders. You can change. There's a lot of adjustability to be able to fit that budget.
When you convert, yes, you can't necessarily change the riders. Riders are an issue of the policies. But certainly you can add on more term later if you're still in the same health. You'll get the same rating. But the convertibility option would be from a term, to universal life, index universal life, or a whole life with no medical questions.
It's kind of like taking the Toyota back to the dealership
and trading
it in
for a Cadillac.
For that Cadillac where
Correct.
you can get the air conditioning and the heated seats.
Right.
Okay, I see. All right, this insurance stuff is not too bad. All right. Again, what are some? You have any examples of how you were able to help people? Because I know for me,
absolutely. I mean, the story. I have many stories. I've been doing this almost 30 years. So, people ask me what's the best policy, and my answer to that is the one that's in force when you die. And it could be a term insurance policy. It could be a universal life. It could be a whole life. In the many years I've been in this industry, I wrote one term back in 1998, and the gentleman passed away 3.5 years after the term, and the company delivered the death proceeds of $250,000.
Oh, wow.
To his wife after 3.5 years of paying the plan.
Wow.
Yeah. So for him or for her, for the beneficiary, the term policy was the best policy because that was in force when he passed away.
And that he was, again, using the car analogy, he needed a ride.
He needed it. Correct.
He needed a ride, and that ride got his beneficiaries what they need.
Correct.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great story.
And
Joe.
he wasn't a believer of life insurance. his wife wanted him to have the Cadillac, the
Mhm.
whole life plan. And, I said, just have peace of mind. And initially, let's just take out the term. And that's what he did. And 2.5 years in, 3 years in, he got diagnosed with cancer and he passed away
Wow.
3.5 years later after the term was enforced.
Now, even though he had that term policy in place, and I guess the one thing about insurance is if you don't have it, it's too late to get it when you need it.
Yeah, it's like the parachute.
Yeah, that's true.
If
Absolutely.
you fall out of the plane without the parachute, it doesn't work. You're never going to need it again.
Now, when we talk about guaranteed insurability, right?
Mhm.
Getting that, that's peace of mind, right? That's what
Correct.
insurance is.
Right.
What's your opinion on getting insurance on children?
Obviously you don't want anything happening, to your children. And there's plans out there. There's some juvenile whole life plans that you can, they're cash value policies that you're guaranteeing their insurability. And there's different riders you can put on these plans where later on in life, they can pick up more life insurance with no medical questions. So it's inexpensive because their premium is based on the age at issue when you take out the policy. And on the whole life plan, it's always at issue age. So that's where the cost is so minimal. So the cash value in those plans really escalates later in their life, and they'll have a fully paid up policy if you have the right plan. So that's where I can show people the different policies that are out there and what's the best fit for them.
Okay, so let's take that juvenile policy just to the extreme.
Mhm.
All right, so we get the whole life issued on a 5-year-old for
Mhm.
basically for like the best rating, right? Because they're 5, they're
Yeah.
healthy.
They'll get a standard non-smoker rate. They won't qualify for a preferred.
Okay.
At age 18, they can reissue it at preferred with some carriers.
Now, even say if they start smoking at age 18,
Mm-hmm.
they're still issued as a what?
Non-smoker.
That's not going to change.
That policy
is
is
it?
locked in.
Okay. Now, so if you already have the policy in place, because say for example, if I already have a policy in place,
Correct.
you come over to Try Healthy and you start a CBD supplement.
Right.
Are you going to have to worry about your life insurance that you already have in place?
No,
Okay, that's
not
good.
at all.
It's already issued.
It's already issued.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a little reassuring.
So you
as
might
well.
want to call me first before you go visit Paul.
Yeah. It's called Joe before you visit me.
Right.
Now, how can people reach out to you?
You can call me at 941-867-1969.
Tell that to me one more time.
941-867-1969.
All right, and online, can we find you as well?
Yeah, you can look me up at Santoro Financial Solutions on Facebook. I'll also share the page on Paul's site. You can email me at Joe at Santoro, which is SANTORO -financialsolutions.com.
All right. Well, Joe, I hope, if you guys got questions, reach out to Joe. If you need help finding them, reach out to us. We'll pass along that information. Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us today
Thank you, Paul.
on a Wednesday. Guys, if you got questions, reach out to Joe. We'll be live again on Friday. Let's send it back over to our morning remedy video.
Getting a good night's sleep is a really important step in staying healthy, but sometimes even with enough sleep, you can wake up feeling tired and fatigued. The first 20 minutes of your day are the most important because your brain is still operating in an unconscious mind zone. So the trick is to start your days off positive, with focus and determination. A few great products to help with that are some CBG and CBD gummies by Creating Better Days. With 5 milligrams of CBD as well as CBG, these will keep you focused and keep away any unwanted aches or pains. They also include vitamin C and zinc for immune support. For a more potent option, we carry Creating Better Days THCV gummies. THCV has proven to boost energy and focus, as well as provide a relaxing, euphoric feeling. And finally, we have Lazarus Naturals Energy Blend Capsules. With 25 milligrams of THC-free hemp extract and ingredients like cordyceps mushroom and caffeine from green coffee, to make these the perfect alternative to energy drinks or morning coffee. For any more questions, you can stop in any of our 5 wonderful locations, and remember to stay healthy with Try Healthy.